going down, ladies and gents? Look at that. Just showing up as soon as I can, right? Anyway, how you guys doing? We are here. What's going down? I heard that I have to get it cracking within the first 30 seconds or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, what's going on, Rebecca? How you doing, dear? Hey, Miss Anya, how are you, dear? I was on Miss Anya's live today. Miss Anya shoots every Wednesday. She doesn't necessarily have a set time, but it's usually every Wednesday. And I was on there just cutting up. Miss Anya talks about, hey Jerry, Miss Anya talks about paranormal activities and stuff like that. So I was telling her that there's some ghosts in my house stealing my socks. Oh wow, you came home to a dead goat. Can we hear the story about that, please? Hey Jessica, came home to a dead goat. Oh nice. Okay. Came home to a dead goat. I said the same thing, Christopher. Like I need to have the story to that. We need the story. Anyway, how's everything going, everybody? Good, I hope. So I couldn't sleep last night, so I got up and I started binge watching the new Daredevil show. I watched all 9 episodes from 4 o'clock to like 7, and then I watched a few more this evening. So that's kind of what I did today. Okay, here's the story. Poor baby Sadie injured herself escaping the pen. Jerry and the neighbor handled it while I kept the kids inside so they wouldn't see. Huh? That happens. Looks like she cut herself trying to escape the corral. Okay. All right, cool. So how did she cut herself? Did she cut herself on the neck or did it hit like a major artery or something? Like how that work? How'd that happen? Oh wow. She said that her whole side was sliced open. Okay. All right. So how do you disregard? How do you get rid of I mean, is it a how do you properly just get rid of animal like that? Is there a certain way? Do you have to call like a certain? Do you have to crematation? Really? So you can't do that yourself? Can you not do that yourself? Like I don't understand. Oh, she said we do it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you can't like curate the meat or something like cut it up and burgers and something like that. I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, all right. Well. Well, man, I'm sorry to hear that, guys. Okay. Well, she said, "Oh no, you wouldn't want to eat a goat." That's it. Yeah, correct. Okay, correct. I get that. Just like anything else. Now, a vulture, on the other hand, and certain other animals can eat whatever because they have the stomach for that type of stuff. But humans, if we eat that, yeah, okay, I got you. All right. That makes sense. Anyway, so let's jump in. Wow, are you serious about that? Do you really have redneck neighbors that would do that? And I'm really asking. I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm truly asking. Oh, okay. She said I'm dead serious. Okay. She's she. Hey, what's up, Yachty? She said when she says we, she means me. That's funny. Man, you guys are a hoot. All right. So anyway, so let's jump in and get started. So 6 days ago, we made a commitment. So you can't hear anybody's else. We made a commitment to ourselves and to each other to keep our word, not only to ourselves first, but to everybody else around us. So have you kept that commitment, and how's that been going? And I'm gonna ask this every day for the rest of the time that we're doing this because I truly want to make sure that this is something that you have to think about constantly. So have you been keeping your word to yourself, and how's that been going? Oh, okay. Is Renita here? Oh, she's probably at work or something. Okay, so Chris said yes, he's been keeping his word to himself, and he said it's been going pretty good. Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Anybody else yes and good, and or yes and no, or no and no, and no and good? Where are you guys at with your commitment? Really? Okay. Jerry says yes, I have, and it's been going great. What about you, Yadira? What about you, Jessica? Have you been keeping your word to yourself? And how's that been going? Rebecca says mostly yes. I was a crabby McBitch to Jerry this morning for about 5 minutes, but mostly I'm doing well, doing better overall. Okay. I mean, you being a crabby McBitch, as you put it, has nothing to do with you keeping your word or not. I mean, you can still be a crabby McBitch and still hold true to your word. Miss Angie says, yes, we're doing all right. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Renita? I was just asking about you. So we got a question going right now. Have you been keeping your word? Have you been keeping your word? And how's that been going, Renita? Oh, okay. So let me ask you, Rebecca, did you apologize? Did you say, hey, Jerry Bear, sorry about this morning? The day just kind of, the morning just kind of got away from me. I'll do a little bit better. That's all you really can do. He said, ready for the thank you, Mr. Dady. She says, I haven't. I've been doing pretty good. Okay. All right. So let's get our clap on right quick if you guys. Not just now. Hey, better late than never. Better late than never. Let's get our clap on. Clap on. Why are we clapping? Number one, ladies and gentlemen, we're clapping because today is day 61. We got 39 more days to go. We got 39 more days to go. Thank you guys for rocking with me. You're also clapping for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. Because if you don't clap for you, nobody else will. And what you're doing is you give people permission to clap for you. Okay? All right, I'm going to shut this off because that's just annoying. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rebecca, Miss Renita, Jerry Bear, Christopher. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so today's episode is season 7, episode 61. And today we're going to talk about why we surrender our control and how to reclaim it. So why do we surrender our control and how to reclaim that? Now, it's a little different than what we kind of talked about before. Not too further off, but it's a bit different. Okay. All right. So my name is Fearless Cummings. Thank you guys so much. I'm your host, life coach, philosopher, all that stuff. And for the most part, I'm just here to help. Give you guys some tools, techniques, and strategies for your dreams, goals, aspirations, and or problems. Cool? Cool. Let's keep it pushing. I do come with a warning, which is if you're not here for accountability, responsibility, ownership, to try to better yourself, please go somewhere else. Because we're literally here to dive deep, help not only ourselves, but help everybody else around us. We are, and I can honestly say, we are a community. We rock with each other. So if you come in here, be respectful and rock with us. If that's not what you want, you don't have to be here. There's literally 100 million other places you can be. But if you like being around some cool people with a cool conversation, this is a place to be. Pull up a chair. Okay. Please grab yourself a pen, pad, or whatever you need to do to stay focused. So whether it's some snacks, drinks, blanket, snuggie, charger, or reading glasses, go grab yourself something. Okay? Everything that I do, I repeat it. This is episode 61. And for the most part, I've been repeating the same shit over and over and over and over again. It just has a different title and a different theme. But anything worth knowing, learning, teaching, or understanding revolves around repetition. Okay? All right. Please ask as many questions as you possibly can. Every single one of these trainings are cookie cutter, which means that they are all, for the most part, the same. I just create something new, stick it in there, give it. The way that this works is that if you ask questions, then it becomes personal. Yes? Of course, yes. Oh, please. Which one do I want to do? You know what? No, I don't want to do that one. I want to do this one today. Anytime that you step up to do something, ladies and gentlemen, somebody's going to be pissed off at you for whatever reason. And you got to do something. You got to say something that reminds you that whatever I'm facing, I got a certain word, I got a certain thing, I got a certain ritual that I'm going to consistently keep doing no matter what. Before I get started, ladies and gentlemen, there's 2 words that I need, if you don't mind. These words help me. So from the bottom, from the depths of hell, and from the ceiling of heaven, can I get a hell yeah? Can I get my hell yeah? In the sea of all these boos, can I get my hell yeah? Thank you guys. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Mr. Dady. Thank you, Renita, my mad scientist. Thank you, Jerry Bear. I appreciate you guys. Now I can shut this thing the fuck off. Good God, that's annoying. Anyhow, let's jump in. Thank you, Miss. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man. Thank you, Anya. You're funny. All right, so without further ado, we do need to do a live with pizza. We could do that. Word of the week. Discipline. Thank you, Miss Shotty. Discipline. So here's the thing. I know that I kind of touched it up a little bit. Here's the thing. So the word itself, I don't know if you actually know this or not, but the etymological word of discipline means like disciple, but it means to learn. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. It means to learn, it means knowledge or information. Did you guys know that? Say yes or no. The actual word for discipline, the etymological word, which means the origin of the word, literally means to learn. I did not know that. Miss Renita said no, she did not know that. I did not know that either. Right? So now the definition that we have today is the ability to align, remember, align your actions, emotions, decisions, technically values with clarity, especially when comforted, distractions, or impulse try to take over. Boom. Okay. So at its core, discipline is self-respect in motion. Okay. Boom. Let's go to the next. So our daily dose of discipline is a synonym, which is willpower. Willpower, the strength to resist short-term temptations. Okay. Now the antonym, the opposite of discipline is chaos, complete disorder, or lack thereof control. Hmm. Things that make you go, right? I don't know. All right, so here's our. Don't worry, I'm going to give each and every one of you guys one of these. Fear of conflict, seeking approval, guilt and obligation, unclear boundaries, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. Everything that I'm talking about right now is shit that you guys have already heard from a different thing. Do you remember when I was talking about not most, all self-help stuff is just regurgitated shit over and over and over and over again. And it's just given to you from a different person, different up tempo. They may use a different words or whatever, but it's always the same shit. Always. So tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the appreciating time. And guess what? In appreciating time, you're going to have the same type of stuff where it's going to have the same upflow, the same skeleton that everything else has. You know what I mean? Why we surrender has the same exact stuff. Okay? All right. So the very first thing, hold on one second. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so fear of conflict. Now, we've talked about this before, but hopefully we're all in a little bit better place. I hope, right? So when we talk about the fear of conflict, most of us don't like to confront people or situations about things, do we? I mean, let's be honest, we don't. We feel nervous. We don't want that drama. We don't want that smoke with certain people, or we just don't want the needless headache. But sometimes you gotta do it. Just saying. So example is you said yes to helping somebody with something that disrupts your schedule just to keep the peace. How many of us, by show of hands, have done that before? We say yes to somebody else just to keep the peace, right? Just to keep the peace. I know that I have. Thank you. So the question is, am I avoiding conflict by sacrificing my peace? And for the most part, that answer is probably going to be yes, right? So again, this is just one of those ways that we self sabotage ourselves when it comes to a lot of this. Hold on, let me put our banner up, right? And this is why we surrender our control to people. So the reality is that choosing comfort over confrontation may seem easier, but there's a but. It often creates deeper internal conflict. Peace should not come at a cost of your power. Okay? Peace shouldn't come at that. Not at the cost of you. Maybe at the cost of something else, but not that. We gotta really get we have to be very cognitively aware of where our peace is. Okay? Just throwing it out there. All right, so number two, so always trying to seek approval, right? So example is that you changed your opinion mid conversation just to fit in or give validation. I don't know about you guys, but I've done this before, and then I immediately got pissed at myself for doing it. What say you guys? Yes or no? Have you guys done that before? Where you guys are talking to somebody, and in mid conversation, you switched your whatever you were talking about, you switched your stuff around to fit theirs, and then you immediately felt stupid for doing that. I don't know about y'all. I know that I've done that before. And that shit, like it almost makes you feel like a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I was seeing this individual and she was telling me how she didn't want to go to this bar or something like that with these so-called fake friends of hers, right? So I was like, why are you going then? And I think I told you guys this story before, but I was like, why are you going then? Well, I because they already planned it, this and the other. So I'm like, so it's not a plan for you. They're not celebrating your birthday. They're celebrating. They're having a celebration just so happen to be on your birthday. That's not the same as celebrating your birthday. So if that's not where you want to go, tell them, hey, I want to go do something else because it's your birthday. No, I'm blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. Right. It's always funny how we can draw the line when it comes to certain personal relationships, but when it comes to people that we really don't like, we uphold those yeses and those no's to ourselves while we do the opposite to the people that we're messing with. I've always thought that was pretty extremely ironic, but whatever. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Christopher says yes a couple of times. Say yes. Obstacles came up. Thought cool. I'm off the hook. Got pissed because they found another way around the obstacle. Shit, man, it happens. So the reality is of it, or excuse me, the question is, am I more focused on being liked than being real? Think about how many of us have had to really ask that question. Am I more focused on being liked than being true to myself? One of my favorite books, there's a book called The Courage to Be Disliked. It's a white book. Let me get it for you. It's called The Courage to Be Disliked. Hold on. Let me see. Here it is. It's this one right here. It says, the courage to beat is like the Japanese phenomenon that shows you how to change your life and achieve real happiness. It is, I have literally, listen to me, I have read thousands, plural thousands of books. This book is in my top 10. Top 10. It's this one. And then the part two is The Courage to Be Happy, which was not as good as um as this book here. As you guys can see, this is the last time I purchased it. I bought three of these books altogether because I read one, I wrote in it so bad that when I read it again, I wanted a clear copy, and then I compiled those two books and everything I wrote in the first one, I wrote in the second one as well. And I think I have a third copy that has nothing in it whatsoever. Most of the time, I don't read a book more than once. I read it once and I don't read it no more. This one, I've read it 3 times, thrice. Just saying. That's how good that book was. So if you guys ever get a chance to get that book. Don't even think about it, just buy it. Okay, reality. Approval is addictive, but it's never guaranteed. Owning your truth is the only way to build lasting self respect. And you guys already know that self respect, clarity, integrity, character, all that shit comes from within. I done drilled that into you guys so much that I think on your deathbeds, somebody's going to ask you a question. You're going to be like, it's within me. It's within me. I'm just saying, like, that's how much I'm trying to drill that into you guys so that you know it. All right. So, fun fact time: people pleasing is a survival skill. I don't know if you guys have ever thought of it like that. People pleasing is a survival skill. People pleasing isn't just a bad habit. Sorry. It often begins as a childhood survival tactic. Your brain learned early that being agreeable kept you safe, liked, and loved. How many, by show of hands, 100% agree with that? I'm going to have to say I. How many of you believe that? That not only is it a people pleasing survival skill, but it's something that we learn in childhood, and the brain learned that to keep you safe, liked, and loved. So it's not like it was something that was there to harm you. It's there to protect you. Renita said, I, okay. All right, so awesome. I'm not the only one who felt like that. Cool, I love hearing that. Cool, I love that. I love that. I love that. What say anybody else? What about you, Yadi? Do you agree with that? That people pleasing? It's, I mean, like I said, it's not just a bad habit. It's not just a bad habit. It's a survival tactic. What about you, Jessica? Do you believe that? What about you, Jerry? Rebecca? For those of you just now showing up, hey, what's going on? My name is Fearless Cummings, and I am your host, life coach, and philosopher. And today we're talking about why we surrender control and how to reclaim it. How to why do we surrender our control and how to reclaim it? Okay. All right. All right, so let's go to the next. So number 3. Guilt and obligation. Example, you can't keep overextending yourself because saying no makes you feel selfish. I'm telling you, I've been through there. I'm just asking. I, I here's the thing. I don't even have to ask you because I know that we've all gone through that. That saying yes to somebody else and saying no to us. Well, actually saying no to them makes us feel away, especially if they've already helped you before. You feel obligated to help them, not because you want to help, but because you feel obligated to. Isn't that what happens during Christmas? And if you don't buy stuff for people, you feel guilty about it. You feel guilty when you don't buy stuff. You wanna figure out a way to get over that? Hold on. You wanna figure out a way to get over that? Tell the people that you're not gonna buy them anything. Tell them before. Hey, love you to death, but I'm not buying you shit this year. All right, cool. That lets them off the hook, and it lets you off the hook. Just tell them, hey, I'm not buying nothing for you this year. All right, cool. Well, I bought you something sweet. I appreciate that. Right? So you see how you feel obligated because somebody did something for you? Now you have to do something for them? Like, no, we're not doing that shit. No. Nope. We're good. Okay. So who taught me that my worth was tied to self-sacrifice? Who taught you guys that? Who taught you guys that your self-worth was tied to self-sacrifice? You know where I got that from? Jesus. Jesus. That's where I got that from. I got mine. That's where I got mine from. Bible said that God sent his only begotten son to get his ass beat for half the day and then get killed on a cross. All for you. He was worth it and you not. This person died for your sins. So I ain't even do nothing. That doesn't matter. You were born in sin. And he died for you. That's the ultimate sacrifice. That's why I learned it. I don't know if you guys have. Do you guys have the same story? I don't know. I'm really asking. Where did you guys get the idea that self-sacrifice was tied to your self-worth? I'll get the music going. I'm really asking you. I know it can't be me that has that story or that has a story about sacrificing myself for the greater good, and that self-sacrifice was tied to self-worth. Matter of fact, we feel the same way when it comes to our kids. I remember when I was sleeping on my friend's couch, I made sure my son had everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. There were times that I didn't buy myself shit. When from the time Caden was, let's say, an infant, to he was about 6, 7, somewhere up around there, I barely bought myself anything. Like, seriously, I rarely ever bought myself anything. The only thing I would switch out every 3 to 6 months was underwear, socks, and drawers. Oh no, underwear, socks. No, t-shirts, socks, and drawers. That was it. I would always switch them out, just in general. Shoes, I would buy shoes maybe every 3 to 6 months. I was staying at my friend's basement. What? There ain't no fucking fashion show there. You know what I'm saying? So like that's how I live. Miss Renita said it's something. She said it's something that I figured out throughout life. Okay. All right. Do the rest of you agree? It's just kind of something you picked up? I'm sure you have, Chris. Miss Anya said, I'm not really sure where, but I'm guessing from the church. That was a long time ago. I've seen it in the Bible, and it also says it in the History Channel. All right, dear. All right, so yeah, that, like I said, I just want to see where you guys were coming from on that. Jerry, Rebecca, Yadi, Jessica, do you guys feel the same way? Is there like a certain story, or did you just pick it up like Renita did? So the reality is that guilt is often a sign that you're healing from an old program. So saying no isn't rude, it's being responsible. And what does the word responsible mean? Something that's within your something that's within your what? Pockets. Thank you. Responsibility means something that's within your what? Hey, don't I owe one of y'all $5? Which one of y'all do I owe $5 to? Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm like, dude, why is it? Why does it feel like there's something I'm missing? Jerry, was that you? Or was that you, Chris? Which one? Jerry, Jerry. All right, all right, okay. After we're done, Jerry, I'm gonna hit you up. Give me your cash app. Once we're done, uh, send it to me and I'll get that to you. I don't know what happened. It just reminded me of it. Okay, so yeah, so saying no isn't rude, it's being responsible. So responsible by definition, if you remember, is what now? There was one word that I'm looking for. To be responsible means that something that's within your what? Responsibility is something that's within our what? There's one word I'm looking for. Yes, Rebecca. Thank you. Yes, control. Yes. Responsibility by definition is something that's within your control. If you don't control it, you can't be responsible for it. That's like me being responsible for Jerry and Rebecca's car. It's not my car. How can I be responsible for something that doesn't belong to me? Right? Now if I hit it, that's on me. If I took it, that's on me. If I ruined it in some way, that's on me. If I sold it out from underneath them, that's on me. But the car by itself, as long as it's within their possession, I have nothing to do with that. So I can't hold myself accountable or responsible for something that's not mine or something I have nothing to do with. Okay? So saying no to people is not being rude, it's being responsible for what's within your control. And it's also setting that precedent for boundaries. Okay? All right, let's move on. Unclear boundaries, speaking of, you allow others to interrupt, overstep, or make decisions for you. Hmm. How many of y'all, Miss Miss Anya, why you calling me out like that? Look at this, y'all. Y'all see what she just said to me? Miss Anya, why you calling me out like that? Yachty, do you see what she just said to me? Jessica, do you see what Miss Anya just said to me? And Miss Anya, I thought that they weren't oven mitts. I thought that they were socks. Because when you got in the car, you said, these are not oven mitts, they're socks. She busted me out on here. Like I said, y'all, Miss Anya is one of them people. Like, she gonna hold you to whatever you say. Do you guys understand me? Miss Anya not playing that shit. If you say something to her, she takes everything you say literal. Literally. So if you say you're going to do something, you better do it, or you will not hear the end of it. Y'all see how she does me? Fearless, you owe me $25 for the oven mitts I made. Yes, ma'am. I told you I will get the money to you on Thursday, okay? Please don't break my legs. As a matter of fact, tomorrow's Thursday. Can I get it to you tomorrow, Miss Anya? Please? Is it okay if I get it to you tomorrow? I'm just asking. Miss Anya, can I please just get it to you in the morning? Can I get it to you? Please. Tomorrow morning, please, Miss Anya, please. Fucking bully. Anyway, I appreciate that, Jerry. So she's you are responsible because you are a sugar daddy. I appreciate that. I thank you very much. Chris said yes, she does. Yes, she does. I'm just saying no. Listen, y'all. If you guys, hands, if you guys ever want tips and somebody who keeps their word about everything, it would be Anya. Like off top. If she says she's gonna do something, she's going to fucking do it. She's not playing. And she will remind you more times than you want to hear. He said she does it to me, man. She does it to me. I know, Chris. I know you get it worse than everybody. Okay, sorry. All right, let's move on. So, have I actually made my limits known, or just hoped that they be respected? And this is that mind reading shit, right? And I know people who do a lot of this. They sit there and they mind read, like I'm supposed to just know this stuff. No, motherfucker, I'm not supposed to know that. If you don't like something, if you have limits, if if I've said something that disrespected you, say something so I can at least understand what they are. You may have either A, taken my words out of context, B, I may not have explained it well enough, which, not gonna lie to you, I have been guilty of that on more times than one, right? Or shit, Yachty, as well as Miss Anya, have checked me in the past, like, hey, I didn't like when you said this. I didn't like when you did that. Jessica as well, like, hey, I didn't like that. I felt that you were being condescending, or I felt like that was just kind of being disrespectful. I feel like you just kind of blew me off. And because of my relationship with these people, I'm going to be like, all right, my fault. That's not what I meant. My bad, sorry. Right? I'll try to do better. Right? It happens. We fuck up. It's okay. People overstep boundaries. And here's the thing, it's no problem. It's not an issue that people overstep your boundaries. It's a problem when you don't say something about it. Even if they consistently overstep, consistently say something. If you done said something 100 fucking times and they just keep doing it, either stay the fuck away from them or tell them 101 times. Can I get a yes? He said, can I get a yes or no on that? What do y'all think? Right? And this is how we get that personal, how we surrender our control to other people. Right? Because your limits are fucking invisible. And then you act like, oh, like that other person should just know, hey, you shouldn't habitually line step like that. No, fucking say something. And again, sometimes you might forget that that person said that to you. Okay, hey man, my fault. I'll try to remember next time. Here's the thing, y'all not gonna be perfect at all this. That's why repetition is key. That's why we keep going over this stuff over and over and over until it becomes automatic. Until it becomes automatic. Until you don't even have to think about it because it just happens. Okay? All right. People can't honor boundaries that they don't know exist. Clarity is kindness to them and to you. And we all know where clarity starts from. But think about that. People can't honor our boundaries if they don't know that they exist. And they don't know they exist because you never said anything. Person told me in marketing and advertising, he said, why is it that you guys will put your stuff out one time? Why do you just put shit out once? He said, you made something beautiful. It took you all this time, all that energy. Hey baby. All this stuff or whatever, and you put it out one time and then you don't say nothing else about it. You don't say nothing else about it. If you create something, you need to be telling everybody all the time. Again, you need to get like Anya. Just yeah, one of each. Okay. But you need to get like Anya. Anya will take a business card. Anya will be online. Anya will go any and everywhere. She don't give a fuck who you are. She will talk to you about what she got going on. I'm, I'm, I'm just telling, man, I'm telling y'all. Anya could teach her own class and just talk. Just talking to people. Because she don't give a fuck. Seriously. All right, fun fact time. So you're not losing control. You're trading it. You never really lose control. You trade it for approval, comfort, and or false peace. But the good news is that you can renegotiate that trade at any time. You can take that shit back, right? If you fuck up, get back on the horse. You're going to fall off. It's going to happen. Everything that I've taught you guys, I don't expect you to fucking know it right then and there. I don't expect you to know it for the next 20 days. I don't expect you to know it for the next 39. But eventually, it's going to click where you don't even have to think about it. You see what I mean? That's all we're doing. Okay? That's what we're doing. All right. Number 5. Yes, I'm sure she will pass out her business cards in Cabo. Yes, she will, Chris. So, number 5, fear of being alone. You tolerate poor treatment just to stay connected or avoid loneliness. You tolerate poor treatment just to stay connected, and I would say, not or, but and to avoid loneliness. How many of us know people like that? Show of hands, say aye. How many of y'all know somebody who can't be by themselves for shit? And because they can't be by themselves for shit, the things that they are willing to tolerate is stomach turning. It's gross. Right? Oh, everybody, goddamn. All y'all said aye. Oof. Ooh. Right? So our question is, am I settling for connection at the cost of my self-worth? Again, we've already answered that. So we'll just kind of slide into the next one. Even Yadira said it. Reality is that loneliness is hard, but losing yourself to avoid it is even harder. Real connection requires self-respect first. Think about that. Real connection requires self-respect first. So first you have to respect you. You got to fuck with you before you can really connect with another person. This is something that happened to me that I truly didn't understand how serious that was. When they're not connected with who they are, they will project who they're not onto you. When people are not who they are, they will project who they're not onto you. So you might be sitting back thinking, man, this person's my friend, this person's this and the other. And come to find out, that person's never been that. Not for you, they haven't. Right? So that real connection, I've been associated with people where I've thought that we had an amazing connection. Like certain people, man, I would have went to fucking war for these people. War, no problem. Point the fucker out, and I'm on them. Point them out. Only to find out that, yeah, shit's heartbreaking. Shit's heartbreaking. All right, so number 6, learned helplessness. And I know most of y'all know exactly what this is. This is that you constantly ask others what to do, even when you already know the fucking answer. I don't know what to do. I don't want to see this for what it is. What? This is that type of shit that makes you ask a person, like, who fucking raised you? Like, have you ever been around somebody? A show of hands, how many of y'all been around somebody that you literally have to think, like, who raised you? Show of hands. How many of you really have to ask, like, where did you come from? Like, who raised you, bro? I grew up, listen to me, y'all. From 7 until I was 19, I was a ward of the fucking state. Ward of the state, on and off from 7 until I was 19. Foster homes, group homes, institutions, lockups, consistently. I never stayed at one place longer than a fuck. I would say longer than a year and a half. Not one place where I spent at least 2 birthdays there. Think about that. Moving around that much so that I never really got used to being anywhere. Being alone was okay for me. You know what I'm saying? Being alone was fine for me because I spent most of my life alone. Right? So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I never got that learn helplessness shit. Learn helplessness. Never got it. Because I was, for the most part, the only person I could rely on was me. I didn't have my mom. I didn't have my father. Aunts and uncles and them kind of came and gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I estranged from my family for the most part. I learned how to be. I learned structure when I was at Boys Town. I was at Boys Town for like a year and a half. Right? I learned family when I was at the Nebraska Boys Ranch in Alliance, Nebraska. That's where I learned family at. Right? That's where I learned that. I learned to make my bed and to keep shit clean when I was in Job Corps. So every place that I went, reading. I told you guys before. I had a foster mother, Aunt Willa, when I was 11 or 12 years old, to make me stand in front of the family. Newspapers, magazines, books, newspapers. I would have to stand there and read. And it wasn't like all night or nothing. It was like maybe 15, 20 minutes, half hour. But I had to read all the time. All the time. I fucking hated that woman. That woman taught me something. Not only taught me how to read way better than I did, but she taught me public speaking. Think about that. I had to go into a foster home to learn how to speak up for myself. She's the one who taught me how to advocate for myself. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but that's where I learned. Uh, I learned about learned helplessness from watching other people. Right? Seriously. Um, so question is when did I start believing others knew better than I did? I felt that when I lost my first company. I wanted to start doing some consulting work, and I asked this person over at the Small Business Administration if I should do that. And she's like, "Why would they go to you and you charge them if they can come to me for free?" My self-esteem was already low. My confidence was fucking shot to shit. Right? My my high esteem was gone, and I'm looking at somebody else for merit who barely knew what the fuck she was doing. Right? Learn helplessness. Okay. So the reality is that giving your power away becomes a habit. Think about that. We become habitual with that. Reclaiming it starts with small, consistent decisions that you prove that you can trust yourself over time. Remember when I wrote out those values, when I wrote out my constitution, I wrote out the type of man that I wanted to become. I wasn't him at that time. My confidence, my self-esteem, my self-talk, my doubt, all that shit was at low, all-time fucking low. Low. So in order to build myself back up, I had to consistently keep looking at the type of man I wanted to become. Not just reading about it, but becoming it step by step. Doing them small little things that you build up over time. And now it's, you know, and I mean, I'm still working on certain shit. I'm still not that guy that I wrote about. Still not him. It just gives me something to work towards. Okay? I'm a fuck up. That happens. Matter of fact, can you guys tell me, can you guys say it's okay to fuck up? I need to hear you guys say that. Because I don't want y'all thinking that just because I have all these tools, tips, and strategies and other shit that I don't fuck up. I need you guys to understand and know that it's okay to fuck up. You're not gonna get this. Say it's okay. You matter of fact, you can just say it's okay. Matter of fact, here I'll start. There it is. It's okay. It's okay to fuck up. Yes, thank you. Hey, what's up, Jennifer? Thank you, Miss Renita. Whoever this fearless Cummings guy is, good job. It's okay to fuck up. You are not gonna get this. Not on the first try. Thank you, Yadira. It's okay to fuck up, or else we would never. You're right. You learn from your fuck ups. If everything was perfect, dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't know if life would be what it is. I don't know if it'd have that sugar. I don't know if it had that spice to it if everything just came easy. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to fuck up. Yes, thank you. Thank you guys. It's okay. It's okay. And I really, out of all this, that's the biggest thing that I really want you guys to, one of the key things I want you guys to take away from this is you're not going to get it on the first try. Okay? But the cool thing is that all we're doing is we've created a due north for ourselves. That's what our values are. That's what that constitution is. That's what that hands, please. That's what that mission statement is. And then we're gonna start working on some rules, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be the good shit. That's gonna be the good shit. Like those ones we can work on together. I'll show you what mine are, but we can really start playing with some of them. I fucking love them though. But those are the rules that it's the gas. So like your values are the wheels, okay? Your principles, well, excuse me. So your values are the car, okay? That's the car. Your constitution is the wheels, but your rules and regulations, that's the gas and that's the oil. That's what drives everything. That's what makes everything kind of work together. And then you build on top of that. And you build. And you build. That's on the good shit. Good stuff, I promise. Owning it and learning for the next time is simply divine. You are very right. It happens. It's a part of our life. My part too. I always fuck up. Even Chris fucks up. I'm Miss Anya. I'm pretty sure that you tell Chris constantly how much he fucks up. I am sure of it. Just knowing you, Miss Anya, I know that that's what you do. All right. So fun fact time. Boundaries, ladies and gents, are sexy. Boundaries are sexy. Studies show that people who confidently express their boundaries are seen as more attractive, trustworthy, and emotionally intelligent. Saying no is the new glow up. That's the new glow up. Just saying. So for some of you who are wondering, fearless, what does that mean? Well, let's go look. I know, but figured that we'll look it up together. How about that? Um, gosh. Okay, meaning. Boop. Okay, here we go. Boom. So, glow up refers to a positive personal transformation, often involving improvements in appearance, style, confidence, and sometimes even maturity. So, it basically means that you're growing. You're finding that personal transformation from the inside and out. That's what glow up means. You're glowing from the inside out. Okay? That's what it means. But some people, I don't know, apparently find it sexy when people have boundaries. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you find it sexy when people have boundaries? And when you actively know what their boundaries are? How many of you kind of look at people a little differently like that? How many of y'all are, how many of you guys are attracted to people with confidence in general? How many of you guys are attracted to people with confidence in general? And I don't mean like you want to take them in the back and fuck them or nothing. I'm just saying, how many of us are attracted to people that exude, like this, exudes that self fucking confidence? That yes means yes, no means no, and no means go fuck yourself. I'm good. How many of y'all think that shit's sexy? When I was writing stuff up, I was like, "Ooh, we bringing sexy back. These motherfuckers don't know how to act." Remember that shit? That's all Justin was talking about. That's all bringing sexy back is. We're bringing boundaries back. Huh? We're bringing boundaries back. These motherfuckers don't know how to act. Go, Miss Anya. I know you're over there singing this shit. Hell yeah, Miss. Hey, look at that. I like that, Miss Shadira. Yadi said, because I have boundaries and I carry that shit with pride, I worked hard to work on my boundaries. Yeah, she said, I worked hard to work on my boundaries. I dig that. I'm telling you, it feels different when you have them, though, don't it? Don't it, Yadi? That shit feel different, don't it? What about you, Jerry? What about you, Rebecca? What about you, Jennifer? What about you, Jessica? I already know what you're about to say, Miss Anya. Yeah, even Rebecca said, I do. I love that. That's what's up. All right, well, guys, guess what? All right, so here is our thing. Let me make a copy. Okay, perfect. Which okay, she said I find it to be a charismatic feature, but not something that I want to be Too close to. Hey, that's okay. So what specific, like somebody with boundaries or somebody that's just confident? Because those are two totally different things, Jennifer. So what do you find charismatic, a charismatic feature, but not something you want to be close to? Like somebody with boundaries or somebody that's confident in themselves? So, but that's might be the trauma talking. So confidence with empathy. Okay. Okay. So you're saying to have confidence with empathy. Is is that what you say? Okay. Okay. I, I can understand that. But I mean at the same time though, I think that so empathy by my definition would be the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. When you are when you're operating from if you're operating from a standpoint of self-confidence, that confidence has absolutely nothing to do with somebody outside of us. Like nothing at all. Like I could be next to you, you might have shitty confidence, but my confidence is just out there. But I'm confident in myself because of what I've accomplished, what I've failed at, what I've kept getting back up to do. I understand what my values are. I understand what my perspective is, my mission statement is, and I have a set of rules and regulations that I self govern myself with. And because of that, the consequence of that is that my confidence, my standards are pretty high. Okay. So as the life goes, my job is to help not necessarily build your stuff up, but to give you the tools, techniques, and strategies to do that for yourself. If that's even your objective, right? Because just like with Dorothy and the Yellow Brick Road, while they were in Oz, you got what, four or five different people, and they all want something different. They're all on the same road looking for the same man, but they all want something different. You know what I mean? So when they come in, I agree with you. That might be a lot of this that trauma type stuff talking too. Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. And again, I'm not necessarily saying, Jennifer, that I'm right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that from my experience, and not only within myself, but the people that I've messed with in general that have high confidence, they also understand who they are, what their values are. They, I'll give you for example for myself. I got some belief systems in me that's still fucked up. But I try to make sure people know that if you decide to start fucking with me, I'm gonna set off some fucking bells. I might set off a red flag or two. Let me know so I can fill you in on, hey, that's some residual shit that I got going on, or that's just how I am. And in any case, you are more than welcome to exit this relationship. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between, you know what I'm saying, between trying to force or trying to mislead a person to being with you and just like filling them in on the type of shit that you're into. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's just something to think about, though. Just something to think about. I don't want to do that. They don't get paid that much. Neither do I, now that I'm talking about it. But, okay, so here's our thing. I already have this printed out. I'll send this to you guys. Which one of these um resonated with you the most, guys? And then we are done for the night. Which one of these resonated with you guys the most? And FYI, I just want to tell you guys, I'm done with tomorrow's. Tomorrow's is 100% done. I'm telling you, today I was just on a roll, man. I was just on a roll. Gerald says 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so 2, taking approval. 4, unclear boundaries. And 6, learn helplessness. Renita said, what? Okay. Fear of conflict. Okay. Okay. Yada, you better not say all of them either. Christopher said number 2, seeking approval. Chris, I can see you doing that a lot, sir. I'm gonna be honest with you, my guy. I see that happening with you a lot. What about you, Jennifer? What about you, Jessica, Yadi, Rebecca? What say you guys? Oh, wow. Jessica said number 6, learn helplessness. Okay. That's the one that Miss Ya, there it is. Thank you, Yadira. She said number 1 and number 3. Okay. Jennifer, you have a law degree? She said I miss a bunch. Jason. All right, now that works. Guilt and obligation. Now that happens, man. Which I gotta ask you, whatever, because I am very curious. I was just about to ask that too. For oh, stop. You have a law degree from Creighton? Yes, that I do believe. That I do believe. Of course, Miss Anya say all of them. That's pretty awesome, man. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. She said $200,000 for that useless degree. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only person I've seen that actually had a law degree was Greg. He was a comedian. Greg something, very funny guy. And he graduated from Harvard or whatever. But you know, it's so crazy. Somebody, Creighton is nothing to fucking sneeze at. Like, yes. That is, Jennifer, that is nothing to sneeze at. What? We got a whole attorney in here. That's what I'm talking about. Heyo. That is what's up. Well, everybody's welcome. So now, man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I love that. All right, ladies and gents, man, I'm going to let you guys out of here. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm about to go play a video game. I earned it. I deserve it. And I want a couple minutes off. That's what I want. I want a couple minutes off to myself. I was a union VP at the time, so it seemed like the next step. Okay. Look at you. Alrighty. Just saying, I mean, out of whatever degree you can have, I'm gonna just say that having a law degree is probably one of those degrees that consistently will pay for itself over and over and over. That's just my own personal thoughts. You being a lawyer, you might have a totally different outlook on that. So, yeah. But now that's what's up, though, man. I love that. Okay. Well, anyway, people, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, get some rest, all that good stuff, and sleep well and dream big. Peace.